Thoughts from the Trail. I'm Scott Anderson.
Hello from the trail. I am out enjoying a beautiful pre-spring winter day here in Utah. It is absolutely just wonderful, very invigorating. And today's topic is certainly a topic that most people are not dying to talk about. And that topic is death. And I'm reading a book right now that is just phenomenal, the way it addresses the idea of death, and it helps me think a little bit differently about it. In fact, the big picture concept of this message is around what do we learn from death? And the author even says that death is our greatest teacher. You may have heard a very common question that sometimes gets asked is, what would you do if you had 1 week left to live? And then people will think of all the things that they wanted to do and try to cram it into that 1 week. Kind of a fun way to think, and I invite you to think about it too, because it will help us as we think through the rest of this topic. The truth is, no matter what we're doing, whether we're hiking on a trail making a video, or driving a car, or walking, or working, running, whatever it is, somebody has died doing that thing. And we never know when we are taking our last breath, saying our last words, seeing our last family members, friends, and loved ones. So instead of thinking about this fantasical opportunity to say you know that you have a week left to live, which, by the way, almost nobody knows that. So the most of us die in unprepared situations. And so with that in mind, it encourages me, and hopefully it encourages you, to think about how we should be living our lives on a daily basis so that we are saying we're fulfilled, we're happy, we're accomplishing the things that we want to do to the best of our ability, that we're enjoying the people we want to be with. And the idea is none of us are going to escape death. And with that being true, why are we not living every day to the fullest potential that we can? Because we never know when that time is going to come. Whereas in this scenario of saying you have a week left to live, you know when it's going to come. It's going to come at the end of the week. But the reality is, we don't know when it's going to come. I know personally for me, I do try to live most days with gratitude and vim and vigor, accepting my life and finding joy and trying to give joy to others in some ways. Of course, I am nowhere near perfect at it, but it is something that I'm aware of. And reading and thinking about this topic of death being a teacher, death being a way to release us into joy and happiness, that has got me thinking even more. And I invite you to think about how maybe knowing that death is our teacher, it teaches us how we can live life. I invite you to think about that along with me. It's not necessarily something that we typically talk about. In fact, many times we avoid the topic of death. But I don't think we need to, because it is such a great teacher for us. I invite you to live every day with the joy and love and purpose that you would live if you knew you had a week left to live. That's what I'm committing to do. I invite you to do the same. I'm glad that you joined me today. Hope that you're having a blessed day, and I'll see you next time on the trail.